Welcome back to 38 City to Sand. I'm Jen Fowler.
And I am Greta Schuler, and we're with Inlet Beach Real Estate. Today we're going to do something different. We're going to actually meet the builder and the designer of these beautiful homes here in WaterSound Camp Creek, Garlon Pemberton from HP Development.
But real quick before we get started, don't forget to click the link below and subscribe if you want to take a tour of these homes yourself.
Let's run away to the coast, somewhere far away from home. All we need is just ourselves and nothing else.
Now, before we get started with the Q&A, I would like to have Garlon introduce himself to us and tell him a little bit about his background and why he started to build here on the beautiful Emerald Coast.
It's a little funny. We've been coming back and forth for several years, my family and I, and for the longest time I wanted to move down here, but with kids and school, it just wasn't working out. They came down here one summer and called me and said, all right, we're moving. So we ended up getting an opportunity to move down here, and ever since then, we just slowly started everything that we got going on. And
Tell me a little bit about the number of years you've been building and how you got into the industry.
so I've been building in between 20 and 25 years. I started right out of college for a production builder, and we did that first 2 years I worked for them, I did a little over 200 houses.
Wow.
And so after that, I moved back to Mississippi, where I was originally from, and then worked with a gentleman in the custom world, and then kind of went out on my own from there. So it's just kind of, God has lined all that. I don't have a real good plan for any of it.
Yeah. So what's the difference of building in Camp Creek versus some of those other homes that you built in Mississippi?
Well, the price point, first and foremost, from Mississippi to Florida is completely different. So you get the opportunity to do the real custom stuff that you want to do, the things that actually can really stand out, you can be really, really proud of. Camp Creek itself is even a little bit more different than anywhere else, just because of the variety of styles. They've done a really good job on the HOA side of letting people build what they want and not dictating, exactly what you have to build. There's definitely some criteria, but they want you to be you, not, stuck like I think back when they had done the development in watercolor. It was very strict guidelines, and I think that was very taxing on not only St. Joe, but also the builders. So this has been like, if you're gonna spend the money, you can kind of get what you want,
And so what about your homes when somebody walks in? What is unique about some of the homes that you build? Some of the extra touches, the architectural details that you do to make these homes so custom?
I think, everybody has their own style. For us, we do quite a few arches and barrel ceilings, and they do custom interior doors, and millwork, I would say, probably is our main thing because we have our own millwork shop. So when it comes to cabinetry and closets and things of that nature, we don't just put shelves in. Everything's a custom built cabinet, from the closets to the kitchen, the bathrooms. That is a real big thing. And then, energy efficiency. We do a fully foamed house, and then sound control. We do a rock wools in all of our interior walls instead of just the insulation. So, from room to room, you really don't have the noise that travels. So, quality behind the sheetrock, and then, the stuff that you can see too.
So where are we now, Garlon? Which home is this one?
This is a house in Camp Creek. It's lot 219. So this house, like the majority of our houses, I personally designed it. So we'll buy the land and then, come up with a site plan and then just kind of figure it all out and design our houses ourselves. We do also build other people's, but primarily we do a design build. So the goal in that is we try to take a blank canvas and as if we were living in the house. And so I'm real big on a one-story house when I can, if the lot allows for it. In this particular house, you have the master suite on one side, and then you have 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths on the whole entire other side of the house. And then again, when we have the freedom of designing, we also really like to incorporate sculleries into the kitchen. So it's like a kitchen behind a kitchen. We feel that just allows for the mess to be kind of hidden. We love the open floor plan so that you can have the sliding glass doors open. You have the indoor-outdoor feel, especially being in Florida. People want to be outside majority of the time. So we try to incorporate all that in our design.
Yeah, and I know a lot of People, when they move here, they do love to have guests over, especially in a neighborhood like this. And so the entertainment component is really important, how it flows. In this house particular, it does do that very well.
Yeah, this is our first one-story house in this neighborhood. So I'm really excited to see how it comes out. The master closet is the size of the master bedroom, you know, so it's like a woman's dream. And
Yes, it is.
so the closet, the bathroom, and the bedroom flow, and then again the privacy. You have your kids are on the entire other side of the house, so you know if they're staying up a little bit later, it's not going to bother anybody. And then we have an office that's in the front, so it's got its own thing. And then from the entertaining aspect, you know, we have a bar in the living area, then you have the kitchen island, and so it's a really good function area.
Yeah, and I love the size of the laundry room as well as the 3-car garage, because most people in this neighborhood do have a golf cart.
Yes, that is a fact. Especially going back and forth to Camp Creek, you know,
Right.
using all the facilities, the tennis courts, the pools, the golfing and everything.
Okay, great.
Well, Garlon, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and talk with us today. I know you're very busy, so we appreciate your time and we appreciate you guys watching.
And don't forget, we're Greta and Jenn from 30A City to Sand, and don't forget to click if you want more information on these beautiful homes that have been designed in WaterSound Camp Creek or any other homes along 30A.
Let's run away to the coast, somewhere far away from home. All we need is just ourselves.